Scorpio, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for joining my channel today, Divine Nudges. Welcome to the Owl Gang Pick a Card reading. That's right. The Owl Gang is here to deliver messages of the raw, unadulterated truth. So, do me a favor, take a moment, take a deep breath, tune in. Which of these owls is speaking to you the most today? Because they are sitting upon tarot decks, each of them, and they have accompanying oral decks to deliver even more messages of clarity, truth from the higher side of life. So do me a favor, like I said, take a moment, tune in. Which owl is calling to you the most? Which one do you want to speak to? Which one is speaking to you already? And let's get started. Each owl has a different vibe, a different message to deliver. We're going to get started with this owl for now. So if you want to kind of fast forward to the owl that you chose, if you did not choose this owl here, feel free to go on ahead and fast forward through these messages to get to the owl that you chose. Okay. All righty. So let's start with this sixth sense. So if anyone chose the first owl, you all are in your spiritual high vibrational vibes. Here we have clear aliens today. It says here the ability to smell odors that don't have any kind of physical source. So if you chose this pile, there may be some things that are coming to your nose. Like you may be a little nosy today, Scorpio. You may be a little nosy, but not in the intrusive sort of way, more so in you're sniffing things out. There are things that you can kind of, sniff. Oh, something doesn't smell right. Whatever. A lot of times, I could be sitting somewhere and all of a sudden this scent will come to me. And then, the scent may remind me of someone or something. And so there's a message there. So if that's what you've got going on today, Scorpio, pay attention to anything that you're just like, that's a funny smell. Where is it coming from? It may be a spirit tribe member, an ancestor, who knows, someone in spirit trying to send you a message that's associated with the scent. The next one is Venus. I'm trying to, I got this camera that's supposed to make things clear and it's not working. So sorry, but it says here Venus, the urge to be sociable and express affections, harmony, value, beauty. So you may be in a social mood this weekend. I mean, it's Friday. Hey, it's Friday. Yay. Okay, Scorpio. So that's what's up. You are perfectly, you've probably been working hard all week and it's time for you to just chill, pour some drinks if that's what you're into. I don't know, pull out the video game if that's what you're into, whatever. You're in a mood to be social, but you may also be in the mood for love this weekend, Scorpio, because it says here, you're going to be expressing affections, harmony, value, beauty. So you may be in the mood for friends, family, or intimacy this weekend. Live it up, Scorpio, all good. And then the last card we have here is the Warrior card. It says here the ability and strength to overcome challenges, to achieve your goals or your dreams. So here we have the Warrior card, Scorpio. You're definitely in your determined vibe. You're in your boss vibes. You're not, you're on your path. You're determined. You won't be swayed. So your goals are are on your mind right now, Scorpio. You've been overcoming challenges. So this says here the ability and strength to overcome challenges and to achieve your goals. So you've been overcoming challenges. You've been this warrior. You've been showing up like a warrior, like a fighter in your life. Any obstacles that are sent your way, they die in your presence, Scorpio. So you've been killing it. You've been killing it. And so you've been doing it with love. So, your spidey senses are going. Oh, that's looking good, Scorpio. So, all right, let's see what else is going on, Scorpio. Look at that. These cards just jumped out. So what do you have going on, Scorpio? Let's see. Those cards just flew right out. Flew right out. What else is going on? All right, Scorpio. So, um, to begin with, Scorpio, you're in a space of manifestation. You may even be learning, training. You may be in a space where you're looking for a new stream of income, and a new stream of work, a new financial beginning, a new project. Again, just something tangible, something physical. You may also be in a very sensual space right now, right? Like you may just be looking for a different vibe altogether. We talked about, you sniffing, the clear aliens, right? So you may be just in a very sensual space right now, Scorpio, where, you're looking, feeling, sensing, smelling, right? So you could be in a space where those types of spiritual gifts are trying to grow, Scorpio. And you're really, kind of trusting your intuition. You're working through your fears right now, Scorpio. You're following your instincts. You're being drawn though somewhere, Scorpio. So you may be having to kind of like sort through the dark right now, Scorpio. Sort through the shadow side of life. Pay attention. I know that it's kind of hard to pay attention to your subconscious, but pay attention to your subconscious. Pay attention to how you catch yourself doing things, and kind of tune into like what you're doing in autopilot, in auto mode, Scorpio, because that might just be getting in the way of, if you're on autopilot, it might be getting in the way of what your plans are and how you envision your future path and your goals. Okay, let's see, just trying to get Scorpio, you may have some transportation issues this weekend coming up. You also might have some issues with feeling driven and determined this weekend, Scorpio. So pay attention to that, because that is showing up as a potential obstacle for you right now, is just having, willpower, determining. You may be having to fight through these fears and these instincts or I'm sorry, these fears and these doubts, in order to really get to the next step, Scorpio, and again, the thing is, you're very stable, Scorpio. You're solid. You have a really good and strong foundation, which means that you're immovable, right? You're a force to be reckoned with. There's not someone who can just come and shake you up easily. Like you're not easily shaken up, Scorpio. So that's what you have going for you right now, but it's almost as if you're the only one who can shake yourself up. You're the only one who can kind of weaken your own foundation, Scorpio. So you're strong. Like it's not hard for you to find your willpower, to dig deep for your willpower, to dig deep for your determination here, Scorpio. So go on ahead and make sure that you keep on just moving forward. By you have those resources within you, Scorpio, to just kind of like dig deep and keep going. And if you do that, Scorpio, you're going to be just fine. You're going to pour into yourself. You're going to, focus on self-care. You're going to be emotionally good. You're going to be feeling good, smelling good. Scorpio, I just see that really being the case right now. You're going to want to, do your hair, your nails, a lot of pampering this weekend. And I see you just kind of being social, being in social vibes. You have the money, you have money saved up, you have a little bit of extra money to kind of like chill and spend on a little bit of pampering this weekend, Scorpio. So that's what I see that you're going to be doing right now. You're just going to kind of be like, restoring yourself. Okay. So that's what I have for the first pick a card. Let's get to the second pick a card, right? Let's see what's going on. Here we have a Messages of Love Oracle deck, Scorpio. Let's see what messages of love we have for you today. Let's see which messages of love we have for you today. Reminiscing. Someone is reminiscing about you right now, Scorpio. It says here, I miss our inside jokes. Someone is thinking about you. They're reminiscing. Someone is missing you. I got to tell you, if you miss a Scorpio, you messed up with the Scorpio. Sorry to say it. Says here, confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. So someone is confused about where you two stand, Scorpio. And I gotta say, for me, that's hard to believe because Scorpio does not mince their words. So this might be someone else's inner turmoil. Someone else may just be confusing themselves. And here's what I'm going to say, and I'm just going to put my own personal little in there. It may just be if you're interacting with someone from your past, Scorpio, or if you're interacting with someone who you know is interested in you or has feelings for you, your mere interactions might be causing them some confusion, right? They may like you may be trying to draw a line, but one thing about Scorpio, like I'll say this, Scorpio, man, we love for real. And I say we because I'm a Scorpio. We love for real. We don't love for fake. So even when a relationship is over, even when a connection is over, or even when we realize that it's not going anywhere, if you're a high vibrational Scorpio, and those are the ones that I'm talking to right now, because the low vibrational Scorpios, I'm scared of you all. But if you're a high vibrational Scorpio, you have the ability to continue to love this person or continue to be amicable towards someone, even when things don't work out well. And that could be confusing. That could be confusing to the person on the receiving end of all that fabulous, loving, amazing energy because Scorpio, you're going to remain unchanged. You're just like, I'm awesome. I'm amazing. I know who I am. I know what I got going on, even if it doesn't work out. So you're able to remain unchanged with the way that you deal with people, even people that have caused you pain. And that's part of what keeps them coming back to you, Scorpio, is that where other people may switch up on them or where other people's pain and trauma may change them and therefore change the way they act towards the person who caused them the change in trauma. You're kind of like the kind of person that's more like, you know what? I'm good. Like at the end of the day, I'm still healthy. I still got my money. I still got, my good sense, because that's really what it boils down to. I still have my good sense. I'm still whole. And most importantly, my relationship with myself remains intact. Like I'm still good. I still got it going on. So, it's unfortunate it didn't work out between me and this person, but I still love me, right? And that continues to draw people towards you, but it can confuse them as well because they may take the love that you have for yourself, the upbeat energy that you have for yourself, and confuse it with maybe energy that you have for them. And it's not that you don't have it for them, but it's more so rooted in self-love. And it causes them confusion because they're just like, oh, is this directed towards me? It's not directed towards you, but it's not that deep in terms of you type of stuff. I hope I'm not losing you here. It says here disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. So there's someone who thinks that you don't understand how they feel, Scorpio, and that might be what the confusion is or what's kind of keeping them in this cycle of not letting you go. They may feel like you just don't understand them. And in feeling that way, they may feel like they don't have closure. They may feel like what is closure for them is feeling like you understand how they feel. And it's not necessarily that you don't understand how they feel, Scorpio. It's just that despite how they feel, people don't really understand conflicts of interest, right? It's not that I'm saying I don't understand you. It's not that I'm saying that I don't hear you. It's not that I'm saying that I don't love you. I'm just saying we have a conflict of interest that does not allow us to coexist in a space that can bring us together harmoniously enough to be in this connection. And we may be able to, our differences may not be able to disrupt a friendly and amicable connection, but they may be strong enough to disrupt an intimate connection. Sometimes they may be strong enough to disrupt a friendly connection or even a familial connection. It all depends. But it's nothing personal. It's just being able to say, you know what? We have a conflict of differences. We have irreconcilable differences, and it leaves us to coexist within a certain space. But sometimes people don't get that, and so they just think that they're not being understood. And it says here, sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes, right? So this may be what this person wants you to understand, is just like they themselves have this internal thing going on where they just sabotage the good things in their life, but it's not personal. I don't mean it. I didn't mean to hurt you. It's just, this is me. This is who I am. This is exactly what I mean when I say, like, listen, it's not that I'm judging you, baby. It's not that I think you're a horrible person. And it's not that I don't love you. It's just that your tendency to self sabotage, your tendency to, lack a certain level of awareness that can allow us to coexist harmoniously is just not a space that I want to carry. Like, I don't want to carry the burden of your, where you are in your journey and your spiritual growth, because baby, work on this. You know what I mean? Like, work on this. Whatever you have to do to get through this, do it. Do it so that you can have access to someone who does not operate from this space. Because someone who does not operate from this space is not going to want to engage and intertwine themselves in someone who does. And so that's all it is, baby. I'm not saying anything else about you. I'm not trying to make you feel alone either. But hey, all right, so let's dig a little bit deeper into this connection, let's see here. So this is the first card that wanted to come out. I pre-shuffled these decks, so normally I would kind of go ahead and just let it run its course before I let a card kind of come out. But because I pre-shuffled, I'm just going to go on ahead and whatever comes out, comes out. Okay, so in other words, the deck is ready, baby. The deck is ready. Give me 2 more cards, please, Spirit, to complete this spread, this love spread for our Scorpio collective, because I feel like I spent a lot of time on the oracle part, and I'm trying to make these 10 minutes long. Okay, all righty. So where you are in this connection right now, you're in a space of abundance. You, again, 10, this is the 10 of materials, which is the 10 of pentacles in this deck. So you're like in this space of like abundance, self-love, self-care. You're feeling good, you're looking good, you're smelling good. You are in a good space right now, Scorpio. The other person here, we have the Muse of Inspiration, and this is King of Wands energy. So the other person may be in a space where they're looking to find inspiration. They're looking to, stay inspired, basically. Maintain that spark of life. You know what I mean? Like that's really what I'm looking. And this person may also be focusing on their goals, may also be focusing on work. They may be trying to distract themselves from you right now, Scorpio. But this is King of Wands energy. The King of Wands is an inspirational person. The King of Wands is a leader, Scorpio. So they may be in a space where right now they're just trying to get their lives in order, remain inspired, and they're just like, I'm just getting this energy that they're just trying to make it through each day, and find ways to distract themselves from this connection in order to do it. Okay. And the relationship itself. So this is the Ace of Inspiration, which is the Ace of Wands. So this was a connection, Scorpio, where you two inspire each other. And by the way, you know what? Something came to me. This is new energy. So this here could be your past. Scorpio, and this here could be like new energy. Maybe it's blended in with old energy, but this is an inspiration. This is a connection of inspiration, right? Where two people inspire each other. It's like you're reinvigorated, you're renewed, your passion for love is renewed, Scorpio. So if this is still your past person that we're talking about, this person was inspired by you. You had so much to offer. You had everything to offer, and they were very much inspired by you. Okay. And that was like the nature of the relationship. If this is a new person coming in, Scorpio, then this is a person where you're going to be, this person is going to feel like you're everything they ever wanted, and they're also going to be inspirational to you, and they're going to be able to lead you and guide you in the relationship, Scorpio. Okay. So again, what's up in the past, the page of voices, which is the page of swords in the reverse, Scorpio. So your past relationship or what you're leaving behind, Scorpio, may just be, again, a childish mentality, someone who's immature, someone who hasn't grown, someone who still kind of has that toxic low vibration, someone who was a little bit cold, a little bit standoffish, and did that to kind of play games with you and play with your mind, Scorpio. And in the future, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So in the future, we have someone who's going to invest in the connection without delay, Scorpio. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a relationship and a connection where those games that were played in the past aren't going to be played. Like, you can skip that part. You've outgrown that part. You don't need that part, right? So not someone who's going to have you waiting, not someone who's going to be emotionally unavailable, not someone who's going to be unwilling to invest. That's what your future looks like, Scorpio. But if we're talking about the old energy, Scorpio, this is someone who's still just kind of like, they may feel like they're ready, Scorpio, but I would just, keep my head on a swivel and, actions to words. Don't just let it be words. Okay, let's move on to the next and final pile. And this last pile is about money and career. So if you chose this pile, Scorpio, that's what your higher self, those are the messages that your higher self is looking to deliver to you. The first card that came out is the Six of Pentacles, Scorpio. It did come out in the reverse, so I'm going to acknowledge that there may be a work situation where you're not feeling fairly compensated for your work, where you feel like you're putting in more hours or more effort and energy than you're actually being compensated for. I can even tell you, personally a little bit, where I can understand this is, you're going above and beyond, and you're fulfilling responsibilities that aren't necessarily within your role, and you're looking to kind of be compensated for that, and it's not happening. And here we have the Five of Pentacles, Scorpio. Some of you right now may have been laid off, may have been, your job may have been terminated. So financially, Scorpio, right now, you may be just feeling like you're in a place of lack. You may be worried too and concerned about your finances right now, Scorpio. So let's keep going with this. Let's keep going with this. And by the way, Scorpio, this this is a blessing in disguise. Okay, this is a blessing in disguise. This Five of Pentacles cards is a blessing in disguise. It may not feel like it if you've lost your job recently. This is a chapter closed. This is a cycle that needed to be closed, Scorpio. And this is a cycle that's being closed. The cycle of you not being fairly compensated for your work, you not being acknowledged, respected, whatever. Again, this was in the reverse position. Okay. And this is a cycle that's being closed. So this, it may seem like, it's a bad thing you losing your job, but absolutely not. Okay. Some challenges that you might be facing right now, Scorpio, is being in a place of fear, being afraid, not knowing what's going to happen next with you financially, not really knowing what the outcome is, Scorpio. You may be obsessing, over your current financial situation. frustration, and you may just be letting it get to you, play mind games with you, and make you feel defeated, Scorpio. It's going to be really important, Scorpio, for you to see yourself as a winner, as a very successful individual. That's going to be so important for you during this time. Do not allow a place of lack or what seems like financial hardship right now make you feel like that's a reflection of your worth and value as a soul, okay, and as a person, because that's not what it is. So you're going to have to be very careful with that type of energy and negative thinking, Scorpio. Um, the advice card that came out is the 10 of Pentacles, Scorpio. Um, Scorpio, I would say that things are going to work out and things are going to look up, that you are an abundant individual and that your financial situation is going to change, Scorpio. Okay. Um, this is a card of love, abundance, family, like everything, all things abundant, Scorpio. So I see where it says, always remain a mindset of abundance, Scorpio. Look for ways to diversify, look for ways, creative ways to make money. You know what I mean? Definitely think outside the box, Scorpio. I feel like this is an opportunity for your wishes to come true, right? So if you're in a space right now where you've lost your job, you're laid off, maybe you feel depleted at the job that you are, I feel like the universe is telling you to wish upon a star, Scorpio. Like, this is your wish upon a star era, where you can really figure out what it is that's going to make you feel abundant, not just money, but fulfilled in the work that you do, that gives you purpose, gives your life meaning, Scorpio. Okay. And so there's a little bit of self reflection that needs to take place. And then it says here, the outcome, Seven of Cups. Scorpio, I feel like you're going to have an abundance of choices. You're, again, the Seven of Cups is a very dreamy card, Neptune energy. It can sometimes be like a disillusioned energy, but it can also be a fantasizing energy, Scorpio. I feel like you're going to have options, Scorpio. Life isn't over for you, okay? And that's what I see in your outcome position, Scorpio, is that you are going to have choices. And look at this young lady is at an ice cream parlor. She has all the goodies. I mean, she's just choosing which deliciousness she wants, okay? So I do see abundance and options and choices in your future, Scorpio. So try not to be bummed or down and out right now. That devil energy is, even in this card, to me, the devil looks a little nervous. All right. So the devil's just like, did it work? Did I get her? Nah, don't give it to him, Scorpio. This entry level card came out, Scorpio. This could mean one of two things. You may be finding some sort of an entry level position, or, the problem is that you're not an entry level employee, so you shouldn't be accepting any type of entry level treatment, compensation, or anything like it. Says here, overspending, Scorpio. I would say caution yourself. Do not do any overspending while you're in this space right now of transition from one financial situation to another. Just be careful about your spending, Scorpio. Okay. Also, what I'm getting from this, Scorpio, is there may be some, corporate budget, right? Budgeting going on where, a company may be trying to treat you like you're an entry level employee because they're trying to control their spending, right? But that's not your problem. That's theirs. Scorpio, the interview card just came here. So you will be having interviews in the future, Scorpio. There are job opportunities coming your way for those of you who are seeking jobs. And it says here overtime, right? So there's going to be an opportunity where there's going to be plenty of work to be done, Scorpio. So there's plenty of work out there, Scorpio. That's what this overtime card is saying to me. There's plenty of work out there. Do not think that you're alone and desolate and that it's the end of the world if by chance you are in a position right now where you are laid off or where you are unemployed. Let me just say unemployed, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, those are the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in my Owl Gang, pick a card reading. I hope that the owls spoke with you today. You have a great and marvelous weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.